Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to go over this Kodak Slide and Scan digital film scanner. I'm going to go over the scanner itself, how I can scan 110 film, 35mm film, slides, and finally how I scan this Advantix Advanced Photo System film as well too. This is the 5-inch scanner. There's also a 7-inch scanner. As far as I know, they're both 14 megapixels up to 22 megapixels. The only difference, based on what I read, is just the screen size. So what's in the box? There is the scanner itself, these film holders for different sizes. This right here is a cleaner to clean the sensor where it scans the film, but there's a different way how I clean it, and I'll show it to you later on at the tail end of the video. Of course, the manual, USB-C cable, and HDMI cable. The scanner itself is very simple to operate. There's no external software to this. The software is all in this unit, so it's really user-friendly, easy for any range of people to operate. All it is that there is a OK button. You click it, and then you just scan what you see. So pretty simple. If you can review the photos, if you don't like it, you can delete it. And there's also options to change the brightness and RGB. We'll go over that a little bit later. Power button right there at the back. There is, USB-C slot. This USB slot is to power up the unit. Also, to transfer file if you don't have a SD card reader. Here is the SD card itself. Of course, you can just take it out and transfer it to your computer, or again, you can use this to transfer the files. Finally, there is the HDMI output, so you can display it on your TV screen or a bigger screen. So when you start it up, that's how it looks like. Since right now there's no insert, so now it's for scanning slides. When you put that in, you have a couple options. The first one is to scan, second one is to upload, third is to review, right? So, and fourth is to set settings. So I'm just going to scan. I'm going to do 50mm slides, and these slides are in the 135 film format or 35mm format. So after that's all selected, here are a couple of slides, and I'm just going to slide it through this insert down here on the bottom. And as I slide it through, as you can tell, that's not enough to push it through. I have another slide in the back, and as long as I slide it all the way down, get it to the right location, I can click the OK button and it scans it. It actually scans it really quick. After I press the button, if I accidentally touch it before the OK is done, the photo's already been taken. The extra time is to save it on the SD card and to come back to this main screen. So I slide another picture through and I click OK. Now let's say I selected the 35mm format, right? Oops, wrong button. I didn't want to do that. What I want to show you is that if I select the 110, it's almost like a zoom lens. It zooms into the picture. So if you have a close-up that you want to take, and if you have a close-up you want to enhance, that's another option. All right, let's check out another film format. How about the 110? That's a little odd format, right? So you just take the slot There's some tabs on the bottom. You just put it in the middle, close it, and now you feed it through these two locations. So as you can see, the film will go in and slide right through, right? So let's check it out. Now this right now is set to slides, right? I need to change this because if I don't change it, it'll be negatives. So I'm going to change it to color negatives, 110. Slide it through, and as you can see, there's a picture. Press OK. I can scan the film right now. So here's my solution when scanning the APS Advantix film. What you do is you take the, I don't know if you can see that, 126 film slide, and inside this frame I just used painter's tape and I taped around it. The reason why you want to tape around it is because there are these grooves right here on the side. Let me block that screen, maybe it's easier to see. So you see these grooves, 1, 2, 3 grooves. The gap between it is big enough that it catches the film when you try to shift it up and down, and you'll see why in a second. So when you put these painter tape in it, it has a smoother transition, so it doesn't catch. So let's actually look at, turn the screen around. Let's look at the cartridge. You'll see that there is a there's these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. It indicates if it's new, if it's being taking photos of. I mean, if you're taking photos, if it's completed and developed, right? Now, what we really need to pay attention to is this notch right here. So you can see right here, this notch, it is punched. That means that it's been developed. I know this film has been developed. This, on the other hand, is brand new. If I open it up, take it out, if I look at it, same location, you can see very clearly that this has not been punched. You see that? So that's new. And you can, the other thing is indicating 1 with a white circle. Means that it is new, never been used. So put that aside. So I know that this has been developed because, again, right here it's been punched. So how do you get the film out? So what you do is first you get a small flathead screwdriver, like what I have right here, and you go to where all these electric tabs are at, you insert it in there, and then you turn clockwise. Something's catching it on the one. Okay, so you can see it's opened up. Once this is opened up, now the center is now freely to turn. So you could use another flathead screwdriver here that's bigger, but the correct size is a SQ1 bit head, so it means square 1 bit head. So you can see this one right here. Just insert it in, and now you can just, when you turn it counterclockwise, the film comes out. And at this point, you can now just pull the film out. So, going back to here, now, the way how it works for me, so the correct way, if you want it to be developed in the correct orientation, not inverted, you need to feed the film from the left-hand side. But the problem is that when you do that, these grooves in here block the film and it's hard to feed. Oh, there we go. But even if you do feed it, you can see that it's pointing downwards and it's hard to continue on feeding the film down this slot. So what I do is I actually develop the negatives inverted. So with this upside down, I feed it through the grooves, and I get all the way to here. Now you can see, because I have the painter's tape, I can easily shift the film up and down. Alright, with that, at that location, I now can insert. And as I pull the film, I can now see this picture right here. And I can now take a photo by clicking the OK button. Now, let's say you found a photo that is really nice, but the distance is too far away. Well, guess what? I can switch this to 110, and look at that. I can shift it up and down. I like that. And that's a really nice photo right there, zoomed in photo. So, and once you are done scanning all the photos, just take the square bit, insert it, keep on turning. Until the film goes inside. And once it's in there, just reverse the process, and then close that up right there, and that's it. Dust will eventually get onto the sensor, and it will show up as a white speck on the screen. The Kodak solution is to use this tool that they have, and the white pad faces down. You just slide it into the slot right here, and then you just wipe it, right? That's how they recommend you doing it. However, this doesn't always work too well. Sometimes you introduce more dust as you are wiping, and there is a second solution I like to do. So right here is a good example of a piece of dust. And if I feed film through it, that white line will cover every single film, so we need to get rid of it. I have this air duster, and it's battery charged. So what I do is I just pull this tray out, and watch that white dust right there. If I just take the nozzle and point it in the slot, there you go. I just blew the dust away. So I have some additional topics I really wanted to go over, but there wasn't a good place to talk about it. So I'll just go over all of it right here. Here's some quick screen captures. As you can see, the Kodak 7-inch is $200, and the 5-inch is about $180. Pretty pricey. I would recommend you just buy it on eBay used. I've seen prices anywhere from $50 to $80 or $90-ish. If you get lucky, the one I bought was actually new for $80. So eBay is a good consideration. Now, if you Google and try to find recommendations from other people, what's the best way to scan these film, and you'll get a lot of different advice. Some of folks say, hey, you should use a Nikon LS30 or a Canon 4000. I had a Nikon LS30 before, and my friends, they had a 4000. These use like a SCSI interface or a serial port. Sometimes then they have old, like Windows 98, 95 custom software, right? This is legacy old tech. Don't bother with this. In my opinion, just go ahead and get the Kodak slide and scan. And last thing is, these films always will have dust on them, right? Do not, I'm going to repeat myself, do not use water to clean the film. You're going to destroy it. Either you can, if it's a very stubborn surface of dust, then use these emulsion cleaners. You drip it on it and then you wipe it down. Or the most simple way is just use a microfiber cloth. I have links in the description for if you're interested in this. And finally, this last photo right here, this is just a really cool photo from thedarkroom.com. It shows a breakdown of the APS film. So do I recommend this Kodak slide and scan? Yes, I do. It's easy to use. I was able to scan close to 1,000 films per day. After 3 days of scanning, I've got close to, not quite, but about 2,700 films scanned so far. You just slide and you just click the button. It's easy to use. That even my kids, they can help me out, and that's pretty good free labor right there. So hope this video was helpful to you, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.